What's up, guys? Moonlight150 here with a battle for you today. Got an OU battle here against SupremeKing27. Oh, it's an OU battle? That must mean I lost. Anyway, yeah, I don't really save a whole lot. I don't really do a whole lot of OU battles, and when I do, I rarely save them because I do absolutely terrible. So, let's see how this one goes. Anyway, so I'm going to lead off with a Heatran. He's going to lead off with Jirachi. He's going to set the rocks. I think I set the rocks as well this turn. But I'm thinking, okay, after these round of rocks, he's going to want to switch out because, you know, I now have the advantage with Heatran. So he's going to switch out, going to his Genesect, and yeah, I think I'd go for the Toxic because I predicted him to switch out. I should really write down teams because then I would see the Genesect coming, but you know, I saw any Pokemon coming in that wasn't Jirachi, so I could easily go for Toxic. Actually, if he brought in that Lucario, would have been bad, but anyway, he was fearing the Fire type attack, so he went to Genesect. So Toxic is going to be racking up on Genesect, which is going to be good. I'm going to bring in my Venusaur, and yeah, so we're going to continue probably my favorite part of this whole battle. Actually, it's probably the reason why I saved this battle. He goes for the Skull, does a new whole heck of a lot. I'm going to recover pretty much all of it back with my Black Sludge. He's going to recover a little bit with his leftovers. Poison's going to take a little bit of his down. I'm slurring my words again. Yep, it's definitely a Moonlight battle, alright. Anyway, I'm going to go for the Substitute. He's going to go for a Scald. So let's count how many Scalds this Substitute can take. So here's the first one. I'm going to take this turn of him not breaking my sub. I'm going to recover a little bit with Black Sludge. And then I'm going to go for the Leech Seed as soon as leftovers here is done. And Poison. Oh, I should have sped this up. Why am I doing an almost 9-minute battle? Anyway, Leech Seed. So this is my plan for taking down the Genesect. It's a combination of Poison and Leech Seed, which is effective, but it looks like this thing might be max HP. We'll definitely be able to tell that from how much I'm going to Giga Drain here in about a turn. I'm getting way ahead of the battle. I should have sped this up. So yeah, it's definitely a stall fest right now. It's going to be... so yeah, see how much I'm draining away with Leech Seed and how much I drain away with Giga Drain. This must be a max HP, max one of the defenses. What's the most common defense for Genesect, defense or special defense? I don't know. But I mean, I don't use Genesect myself. Anyway, what is this? Like the 4th Scald that this Substitute is taken. So that's either really good on Venusaur or really bad on Genesect's part. I'm not too sure, but anyway, this is Genesect's last turn, and I'm just gonna go and Leech Seed's just gonna drain away, and Poison's gonna take him down by that little bit that he has left. So that's how you take care of a Genesect with a Venusaur. Well, it's gonna tell you. So I'm back at full health. He's going to go out as Alakazam. I'm like, okay, well, it was nice knowing you, Venusaur. You're going to hit with a Psychic. It's going to be super effective. You're going to die. But no, I'm specially defense maxed out. So I'm going to live with the 74. And I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder. And it hits. Oh my gosh, I hit the Sleep Powder. I hit the Sleep Powder. Yes. Anyway, so I'm going to recover a little bit with Black Sludge. And look, he didn't first turn wake. He didn't first turn wake. This must be good luck. Good luck. I'm using up all my good luck right now. So I go for the Giga Drain, and it does way over half. Well, not way over half, but over half. So that surprised me. I'm thinking, okay, I can possibly defeat this Alakazam with Venusaur. I can do this. I can do this. All he needs to do is not wake up. So I go for the safe route and go for the Substitute, just to see if I can take one hit, because I know I'm not going to recover enough HP to last me another Psychic. So I'm going to go for the Substitute, go for another Giga Drain, thinking it would take him out because it did over half last time, but that previous one must have been a max of max damage, or this one was like the minimum of minimum damage. I'm not too sure what went on there, but he does wake up. So thankfully I did go for the Substitute because I'm pretty sure at 189 I would have died. So I played smart for once, and I used Substitute, and so now I can take out the Alakazam with Venusaur. How often do you see that, people? Venusaur taking out Alakazam. That was, oh my gosh, that was amazing. At least from my point of view, from how much I play, from how I play, that was amazing on my part. Anyway, in comes the Latios, and I'm fearing like the Ice Beam now. But he goes for the Hidden Power, so I'm thinking, well, it can't be Ice because Latios can learn Ice Beam, so it's got to be Hidden Power Fire. And that leads me to 36 HP, and I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder, but no, I used up all my luck landing the Sleep Powder and not first turn wake on the Alakazam, so I missed the Sleep Powder on Latios, and he's just going to take me out with a Thunderbolt. And yeah, why didn't he just add Salt on the Wound and go for Hidden Power Fire? I don't know. Thunderbolt had like maybe a slim chance of not killing me off if I had a little bit more HP. But anyway, I'm going to bring in my Cloyster, thinking he might want to switch out with because of Icicle Sphere. But no, Latios is faster, and yeah. I'm really bad with Pokemon speeds, people. Don't get all angry. So Thunderbolt comes in, and I forgot he got Thunderbolt. That was another thing. I thought maybe I was faster. I thought maybe he would switch out. I thought Gloster was faster, but, you know, he's not. So in comes Alakazam on my part. He's going to switch out to Jirachi. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, predicting... Actually, I not really predict. I did want to hit Latios with the Shadow Ball, so either way, it was something I want to hit Shadow Ball with, both these Pokemon. But this thing is special defense bulky. Oh my gosh, that Shadow Ball did nothing on Jirachi. He's going to go for the Body Slam. Don't paralyze, don't paralyze, don't paralyze, don't paralyze. And thankfully it doesn't paralyze. And it doesn't really do hold that much either, especially with Alakazam's frail defenses. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to get the special defense drop. This is going to take forever. I'm going to switch out to Heatran, go for the Lava Plume. Hopefully that'll do some more damage. He's going to go for the Body Slam, which is going to do absolutely nothing because bulky Heatran is bulky. And yeah, so we're caught back up with the battle. I think I'm going to go for... Do I go for the Toxic here, predict him to switch out? Yes, I do. He switches out because, once again, he doesn't want to take the Lava Plume. So I'm going to Toxic, and I'm going to Toxic this Latios. Thankfully, I do hit the Toxic on the Latios here. I was like, I would rather hit the Sleep Powder, but, you know, to each their own. That doesn't even really make much sense. Why did I say that? Anyway, Poison's wrecking him on Latios, but I don't think it's going to really come out. He's going to come much, but he's going to Surf me. So what does the guy have? Hidden Power, Fire, Surf, Thunderbolt, and I'm guessing either Dragon Pulse or Ice Beam. I want to know if that crit mattered. I want to say it doesn't because I'm a Heatran, and I think I'm more defensive bulky than special defensive bulky. And, well, this guy's obviously not Scarf or Specs. So, and I don't think he's Life Orb. What is he? Anyway, he's going to go for a Thunderbolt. I brought out Keldeo thinking, oh, I have the Ice Beam. I can go for Keldeo. But no, I forgot that Latios has Thunderbolt. I think the reason I kept forgetting this Latios has Thunderbolt is because my own personal Latios, which is like the most common set for Latios, because I don't even really like using Latios, is like the most common set, and I don't think the most common set has Thunderbolt on it, so I think that's why I kept forgetting. Anyway, in comes back Alakazam. He doesn't want to take the Shadow Ball, so he brings back in Jirachi. And yeah, so we're back to this old game of Shadow Ball hitting a Jirachi that can easily take it. All I'm hoping is for a special defense drop, but you know, I used up all my luck with Venusaur taking out Jellicent and Alakazam, so yeah, I'm not going to be getting a special defense drop at all with this game. So he's going to go for the Wish, and I'm just like, this game's over. This game's over so badly. I'm going to go for the new Shadow Ball just for hoping for something. Hoping for a crit. Hoping for a special defense drop. But no, I don't get either. And if it wasn't for that Wish, I would have killed off this Jirachi because I do live with 6 HP, but I get paralyzed, and he's going to be faster than me now. I'm like, why? Why do you hate me, game? Well, I guess you kind of like me because I got really lucky. Well, I don't really know if it was luck. It was more like I really thought things through with that Venusaur. And yeah, so he's going to Iron Head me and finish off my Alakazam. And I think I'm down to my last Pokemon. What is it? Yeah, I go to my Staraptor, gets my last guy. I'm thinking, well, I'm screwed. Might as well just Brave Bird all the things because that's what all Staraptor is good for. It's just Brave Bird. Here, I'll die. I'm hoping for a crit, but no. It actually does a good chunk. It did a lot more than I thought it was going to. And if he didn't paralyze me here, I think it would have been a double down because I do live with 65. And possibly, you know, if odds were my favor, I could have possibly taken down Jirachi with another Brave Bird. But no, he's going to just finish me off with Iron Head because he paralyzed me. But he still had Genesect and Lucario, so either way, I lost. So anyway, good game, SupremeKing27. Hope you guys enjoyed. I only saved this because of that amazing tactic with Venusaur. Anyway, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.